Hey, greetings, my action figure collector aficionados. I just got an awesome upgrade kit from Nonnef Productions here, and I love these guys because these are not 3D printed. They're injection molded, so they are finished pieces just like, your actual Transformer here. So I am pretty stoked to get this installed. In addition, we're going to do a couple of simple paint apps. I just used store-bought spray paint and masking tape, and I'm going to show you how to do that. It's going to be simple, and it's just going to be for his kneecaps here and these bottom vents, and I think it's going to make the figure pop a whole lot more, and we're going to do that right now on All right, before we get started here, I wanted to take a moment to ask all of you to please subscribe to the channel. Like and share the videos. I'm having an awesome time putting these videos together, and I have a ton of goofy and fun stuff planned, and I just want to see this project take off. But to do that, I need all of you with me. So, okay, on to business. Okay, here's our subject. Just a simple recolor of Needle Nose with a new head. Here is his G1 counterpart. And they've got a couple of stickers here to add a little bit more flair that the Legacy United guy doesn't have. So I think we have an opportunity here to really make this guy pop with minimal effort. There are 4 simple paint apps to mask, and 2 that are gonna be a little tricky but totally doable. It's just the matter of getting to it. Okay, I'm gonna prep this guy for spray painting, and what I do is I try to break this down into the smallest figure I can, so the less I have to wrap and masking tape to protect it, the better. So I will go ahead and pop off what I can. His arms are easy, no problem. And we can pop his legs off, these mushroom pegs. And that's great, because if we're going to spray paint, I think I'm just going to knock out this little knee in purple. So I can just fold him up, and that's just a lot of masking tape, but simple parts. That's what we want. Got legs. And this, I think we're just going to kind of do something like this. Yeah. I'm just going to do something like this, and then this is just going to be up separate from everything else, and we'll be good to go on to the next step of cleaning, which I'm just going to use some soap and water, warm soap and water, just to get any kind of, fingerprint oil or any kind of mold release agent or whatever that might be on here that would, mess with our spray paint adhesion. I did want to show you can actually take the tail off, so that gets that out of the way, so you can compress this down even further. So it's just one less thing in the way, so even better. Well, that stuff is drying. We will move on to these parts. I just pull them off the sprue. They're not bad. They don't really leave a too bad of a burr. You could use an X-Acto if you really wanted to get in there, but unless it messes with transformation, I'm not going to mess with it. We're going to click this part into here, like so, and then you'll see this contour kind of fits with his forearm contour, like so. So there's his trigger bot mechanism. Cool. Do the other side. The split peg goes in here. Go all the way through. And then this goes here. All right, his arms are ready. Okay, for his chest piece, I know the G1 has like a white box here, but since it's got this angle going on the top, I don't want to risk making them lopsided. So I am just going to mark out this little rectangle here in red. So I'm just going to mask that off. And I don't have really fancy masking tape. I have bought really high-end tape, and I've had the edges be really sloppy. So I figure if I don't get really crazy with the heavy spray, the masking tape should do its job, even if it's just the generic run-of-the-mill masking tape. So again, this is one of those things you just kind of take your time. I do have my glasses on because I'm blind as a bat. And I just keep working it around like that. A little bit at a time. I might be able to get a little closer than that. We'll find out. So that's what I'm going to do on the other side. All right, I'm going to show you how to mask off his little kneecap there. So I'm going to try to just do the raised part of his, the upper knee. I'm going to try to not let the paint go completely into that crease, if at all possible. But if it does, that's not the end of the world. But at least for me, because if I don't have my glasses on, I won't really see it anyway. All right, so we got that. That's not bad. Just here. Top side here. Okay, so now, so I have this guy masked off pretty well. I gotta do the top real quick, hang on. So it's alright if we go across there, but I don't want it to get crazy. So we're gonna at least do something like that, right? That's all right. If it oversprays into there, you're never going to see it, so that's fine. And it's not going to be bad. Yeah, let me go ahead. I'm going to show you how I do it right. I'm not going to chintz. How I do it right. How I do it. All right. At least where I've found success. Okay. That's better. Okay. So then instead of, in the long run, I could mummify this whole thing, right? And then when you're done, you spend 20 minutes trying to demummify. So I'll just use toilet paper or paper towels or newspaper or whatever. I'll just do my, oh, darn it. I'll just do my best to mummify the rest of him. Like so. Yeah, that's enough. And then just tape around the toilet paper. So you really only have one thing of tape to deal with. And you're not getting, you know, sticky tape all over the figure too. That kind of sucks. So, don't want that either. I'll just do something like that. So that's held on good and tight, and I'll just put a piece of tape around here to hold it tight. And that should do it, because really, if you're thinking the spray paint's just going to get through the toilet paper, well, it will if you're standing right here with the spray can going. But we don't want to do that. We want to do thin layers over and over and over until we get the coverage we want. That's how you get a good, solid, sturdy finish. So it's not like we're going to be coating this dude in paint. So this should work. Okay, so on to the crazy tedious one, where you guys might say, I'm out. No, I ain't doing that. I wanted to do this one first. Show you it is possible to mask this guy off. And what I used was, I have this nifty little pin pusher that I got from the upgrade kit for Armada Optimus Prime. I love this thing. It's perfect. So, the best way to do it, grab yourself a piece of masking tape. And we're just going to do a wall at a time, and just take your time, okay? So, I might not do this one as well since I'm looking through a camera or over a camera, but I don't want to stick it down. I just want to get it on there. And then I took this little pin tool and I just kind of wedged it in, and I would just roll it. And you'll hear the masking tape tear, but we're only worried about this wall, okay? So we'll get him down there. As smooth as I can. We'll just stick this down. X-Acto knife. And we always want to cut towards the edge, right? Because you don't want it to buckle. So I'll just start at the corner here. Lightly cut into the corner. Lightly. And we'll come across the top here. From the corner to the center. From the corner to the center. I'll just try to reach in there and buckle him up. loose. There's the first wall. And then I just work my way around, take my time. So I just lightly put it on there. I just try to get it to stick to the top, right? And we'll do it again. Just rolling it onto that wall best I can. I always find myself drifting off camera, and it's tough. I look down and I'm like, I'm not centered. Do that constantly. I guess eventually I'll get better at that, but I try to fix it in you know, post recording. I try to center up everything because I keep drifting off. Okay, so from the corner, lightly we're going to cut across. From the corner, lightly cut across. And we're gonna gently lift. There's the next edge. And really, we got a good start on this one too, so that's cool. Okay, so go ahead and stick this down. All right, let's do the other long edge here. Adhere it down to the top, and then we're just going to work it down into the recess with the pin. Okay, we might actually be able to get this one finished in one swing here, so that's cool. All right. Again, from the center, or not from the center, from this corner here to the center, lightly. Center. From the corner to the center. From the corner to the center. Ooh, that wasn't great, but whatever. Oh. I forgot. Forgot to cut that guy too. There we go. Okay, and we'll just give everything a little stick there. And that looks pretty decent. I think we just gotta get a little more tape on him. Across here. And I think we might be good to go. I might mess with this section right here This one looks like it's a lot straighter than this one. So I might mess with this one a little more. And then after that, I'm just, like I said, we're going to condense him down to the smallest we can. I'm going to wrap the rest of him in toilet paper and then mask that. All right, with a little patience and there was perseverance. So I did redo this side. Coolest thing, you're not in a rush. You don't try to put pressure on yourself and you want to redo it. You can redo it. And it came out a lot better. So I got my little ghost. Well, I guess he kind of looks like a skull, whatever. So I have all of my parts ready for spray painting. All right, so here's what we're going to use today. We've got grape, gloss, which I always try to get satin. I think it looks better and goes with the other paint apps a little better. We have satin apple red and a satin finish clear coat. Now I try to do everything. I've had these in front of my little space heater because my office is in the basement and it gets a little cold, so I try to keep everything at like 72, 74. These guys are warm. And here I'm south of St. Louis, it's been chillingly cold, so I've been trying to rush to do this on a warmer day. It's like 50 degrees out, which I think is a little bit too cold, but this is the best that we're going to get, I think, so we're going to go for it. All right, as you can see, I have the purple side and the red side. I have the spray paint good and shaken. Do a quick test spray. All right. So, it's a little windy, which kind of sucks. And I think that's all I'm going to do. We're going to let that sit and hang out. All right, on to the red side. All right. And that's all we're going to do. We're going to check back on these guys in about 15 minutes. All right, it's time for the big reveal here. I did hit this with the satin clear coat off camera. I was losing daylight, so I and my phone was dead, so I had to work quick. So let's see what we have. How it I have my own custom printed stickers here. All right, let's get in here and look at this bot mode. So when I do paint apps, I always go with less is more. I try to do simple things like this. I try to make it look like this paint app came off of, the production line. If I went in and weathered a bunch of stuff and panel lines and everything, then when he's on the shelf next to just a store-bought bot, then he's just not going to fit in. And I try to get everything to just look store-bought, just enhanced. So the purple, I think, really did a big help. I know in the G1 the vents here were blue, but there was no other blue on this bot. So I went with a simpler palette, less colors, and this just kind of ties into his purple and his wings. So I think it makes me happy, to each his own. So here is the little gimmick for his trigger gun. This just kind of folds back, which is a nice callback to the, his G1 origin there. And the new chest, I think it's great. And I think overall with the paint apps and the chest, it really does help him stand up and be a little different from Needle Nose. So I think that's successful as well. All right, here he is in alt mode. And as you can see, the purples are very close. It's not a perfect match, but it's very, very close. It's not a big deal. And I really think that kind of adds a little bit of something, even in the alt mode. So I think it's a win. So, all right, so the weapons now, they come off of his forearms, and they just tab onto these little pegs here, like so. Like so. And you can do it the other way, switch them around, but I kind of like how it follows the wing a little bit this way. So, all right, kick-ass. So I hope you enjoyed this little journey, and I hope that you agree that a little work went a long way on this guy. I am very happy with how he turned out. It even makes me like that tan and taupe color thing that he had kind of going on, which I was not a fan of before. So he is definitely going on my shelf now. How about your shelf? And I do have this little modification here for tracks that you can check out. It helps his legs hold together so much better. So check that out. And I will have a whole lot more fun videos coming. So please subscribe, like, and share. And always keep collecting. Be good to one another. And I'll see you next time right here on